And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second hour of this, the presumably seventh? Whatever. The second hour of this session of Masks, or in this case, of Halcyon City Defenders. So, let's return to the other group of supers. Let's return to Diamond, Nightshade, White Sparrow, accompanied by Palla. What do you do? Where do we see you? Where are you at? Following your conversation here.
Well, so we convinced Palla to help us. Does she actually have anything to offer?
Well, so that kind of depends on if you're just being like, you gotta help, and then you all like just take charge of the situation, like, and now we go here and we do this thing. She's gonna follow suit because, like, she's following along. But if none of you take charge, she's going to.
I think, well, I don't think, I know, that Diamond is going to check the cell phone in her head to see if there's, the smartphones, to see if there's anything on the local news about the this dangerous criminal being taken to X, Y, or Z precinct.
When you say
oh
that,
my god!
When you say I'm checking the phone in my head, I am seeing like an X-ray of your character at the doctor's office that literally just has a phone in her head. But okay,
how did that end up there? I have a good nose cavity.
Yeah, I think when you quickly go through what you can find, then you find out where the wagon is at presently, basically from finding like some live coverage from a helicopter following the wagon downtown.
Yeah.
Because
he turns around and looks at the others in that case and says, "Well, they're caught in a logjam on the I-22."
Oh, I just want it to be a live feed so you can see the complete chaos that just happened inside the car.
It is a live feed, but I think like in the future, if someone like there's like some guy watching this like slowing the video down and like realizing that for a split second there was a white flash from inside the wagon and no one else like, what is that? And that is like trying to TiVo it.
But the car is jumping around after the two cops started, moving.
I think he's fighting them in there. The car's jumbling.
All right. So so after that you identify where the wagon is at, where it's going, and when we cut forth from there, where do we find you? Like, what's the plan here? What's the game plan? Do you mean to intercept the thing? Do you mean to like take care of it when it arrives? Do you mean to break him out of holding? What's the plan?
Well,
he's going to be a fugitive regardless.
Not if he's processed, found not guilty.
Yeah, but that's not so much a matter of us springing him out of there, is it?
No, that's a matter of the legal system doing its thing.
Yeah, he's going to spend quite a bit of time in jail, and then he's going to be... this is a high-profile case. He's going to spend time in jail. Then he's going to have to get a lawyer. They will get him a pretty bullshit one unless he pays for a really good one.
So is this a...
And then... This is a conversation which is going on while we're moving there, I think.
All right, so I'm curious, what is the actual plan?
We don't agree on one yet, I think.
Yeah, that's the point.
So just like lift.
That's what we're trying to move towards. Is we don't have a plan yet.
I get you. What I'm saying is like lift that conversation up a level, like take it up to like the everyone is participating level, and be like, okay, what is the actual plan? And then take it down to the conversation level.
Well, we have to have the conversation to figure out what the plan is.
Yeah, that's why that's what we're trying to work out here. Yeah.
Sparrow, do you think you could lift up a armored wagon?
Yeah, probably. But so, shouldn't we figure out if he's actually guilty first? Like,
I don't honestly think Vigil is the type to kidnap somebody.
No, but on the other hand, On the other hand, he did follow those police officers out of that building rather demurely, to put it mildly.
Whether or not he's this is Pala chiming in. Whether or not he's guilty, I am not gonna take any shit from those cops and their anti-super rhetoric and their anti-super bullshit. If I'm going to estimate that, I'm gonna hear it from the mouth of my son.
That might be a good idea. Maybe we
Absolutely.
should, have him tell us what happened.
Yep.
Okay, so I kind of lean into the rest of you. Here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Sparrow, can you do a tree, a plant, or something of some sort, lift the armored van out of the traffic jam?
I could probably
Diamond,
lift it myself, but yeah.
Okay, Diamond,
Yep.
You'll be in charge of ripping the doors off, getting Vigil out of there.
My pleasure.
I can gas the guards and knock them out. That way nobody gets hurt.
That's an excellent...
Also, where is Starlight?
We left her.
We left her back at the... Yeah, we left her back at the mall. She was asleep, and she clearly needed it.
Do we want to involve her in this?
She
as long as
involved.
Yes, she deserves to be involved, but as long as she's powerless, involving her makes her incredibly vulnerable. If bullets start flying for any reason, she could get hit, and this time it could be a lot worse than her needing a nap.
It's probably too late to involve your friend. I see the wagon up ahead.
Oh, let's... Okay. Sparrow scouts out for a good vantage point.
Alright, so this conversation takes part of one or two panels of you leaping buildings and whatever. Doing the superhero traversal of the city. And then upon landing at your designated vantage points, yeah, there in front of you is a car slowly bumbling through traffic.
Yes, it sounded like we wanted Sparrow to initiate the plan. So I think the first panel is Sparrow doing a Moses part the waters kind of gesture, and as suggested, a tree sprouts from beneath the car, pushing the car upwards, but it also pushes the other cars sideways to clear an area. Of course, not to the point of crushing them with everyone inside of them, but go away.
So you raise your hands and suddenly the car elevates on the psychic constructs of White Sparrow, and inside the car there's you have the sensation of the car coming to a stop, and then a lurching feeling in the pit of your stomach where you're wait, stop, there's the sense of vertigo as the car is.
Shit is happening.
Yeah, there's definitely something is up, right? You can't tell because there are no windows inside, but you're huh.
We're not in an elevator. What's going on?
Yeah.
I turn to Diamond at this time, and I'm all right, you're up. Carry me with you. I can't get there fast enough on my own.
Sure. I could throw you.
Right, because that works.
Hey, can I do a fastball special on him? He can turn into gas.
Oh.
So while you're doing this and having this conversation, I think there's just comment from the side from Pala being I'll support you. I'll just need to, and we see her she's looking with her so her tongue clenched between her teeth and seeming to squint and line up a shot, and she's holding a spear in her hand. And looking at the sky, and then she flings it, and we just see it clip the fucking the chopper camera, just and we have the picture of the live coverage of the scene going dead in the TV station.
Yes.
Thanks, Bella.
And while this is happening, Diamond, what do you do?
As I said, I want to do a fastball special on I keep thinking Starlight, but obviously it's not Starlight. Nightshade.
All right, so you fling Nightshade through the air.
Because he can turn into gas, so if I hurl him towards the vehicle, he can actually seep through there if I just get him up close enough.
So basically your bit here is to throw him at the car as if meaning to crush him against it, and then like be like, and you turn into gas, right? Like, right?
That's
Okay.
we just
No, it's not it's not the fastball special, it's the smoke ball special.
Yes, and apparently you didn't hear it, but we actually did talk through this in the background.
All right.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah.
Can I be a complete cockblock here, and then just the second she realizes they're under attack, do a mode? So she's actually making a barrier that'll hold back any threats as long as you keep your attention. So basically, there's a ball around it. They can't penetrate now. So she might throw him at the actual car, and he's like, I can go into Geisha's form now, and then he just splats on the barrier because he can't see it.
I think that's hilarious.
Yes.
I would also take it unless you want to object. So
I would object because you specifically said earlier that what you wanted to do was to give us a chance to rip
that's true.
the roof off in the middle of her sentence.
That is true. So I guess
But then you started lifting the car up instead.
that's true. So I think the way we see this, the way we experience this is unless you want to have like a level of contention, we'll just settle it. Like we can definitely settle like what happens. But if not, then I think the way to like split the difference here is for Nightshade to make it inside the barrier, and then the barrier shuts. Right. So
yes,
it's like
that makes sense.
Okay.
in which case, what happens is, like Starlight, you throw up your defenses, anticipating trouble, and then suddenly a opaque gas seeps through the door, and then what, Nightshade?
Basically,
Yeah, I was about to say, you like see this billowy, like purplish black, gassy cloud like block out the.
I'd say basically before he even gets that far, if I can just interject
go
here, because what she does is she grabs him and then basically throws him almost like a football.
Yeah.
And as he hurls towards this thing with a slight spin, because football throw and all.
Yeah, of course.
So with a slight spin, he hurdles directly towards it, and then he turns into Geisha's form and goes directly through. And you just see Diamond standing down on ground level, just wiping her fingernails off her tank top, going, Michigan State don't know what they missed.
I'll take that. So you definitely
Nice.
have that comment, and then like maybe to your surprise, probably to your surprise, a force field of a familiar looking sort of energy appears around the thing. But then we cut to inside it.
Yeah, the car is no longer touching the tree. There is a big glowing ball in the tree with the car in the middle of it.
The tree basically looks like the fingers of a hand holding up a basket, like holding up a beach ball with a paddy wagon inside it.
Yes.
And yeah, so
It's the
smoke thing enters the wagon.
the purplish black smoke kind of like goes around the car. You see like it kind of gets dim inside the driver's seat.
Do you
And,
KO the personnel?
Yeah, and I think you hear like in like a raspy, gaseous like voice, they hear it's time to sleep, and then like I just go and cover and just knock out all the guards.
Okay, Reaper. That's fine. Next thing we'll find like the Nightshade, fucking like Nightshade 10 years in the future as like working for Talon.
Nice.
Okay, so to the two of you, like you throw up a defense, anticipating an attack, then suddenly a smoke enters the car. There is a whisper of it's time to go to sleep, and then all the guards fall unconscious.
Oh my god!
Whereupon I get, like, are you reassuming your actual shape, or are you like what does this look like?
Do you make
Yeah,
them well?
in the paddy wagon, like the rear of it, then all of a sudden like the smoke coalesces, and then Nightshade is standing in there.
You
It
find
looks
that Starlight is in there.
I like like a look of surprise, like, what are you doing here? And Finn, it's time to go.
Starlight is just, the first, I'm fucking gonna kill that purple... Nightshade, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, Finn is waiting a second for them to finish being surprised with each other being there. And Finn is like, and where am I supposed to go exactly?
Your mom's waiting outside for you.
Grab the car.
Starts shaking the police officers. Wake up! Take me in!
Oh, that's the best line. Your mom's
Mom-
waiting outside.
Mom isn't angry. Mom is disappointed.
Yeah, she's not angry at you. She's just disappointed.
Finn is looking at him like, surprising, not unexpected though. But
I don't want it.
I will have to disappoint you, I think, because I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Didn't you hear?
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
Well,
So, and I kind of Nightshade looks around at the unconscious police. He's like, "We have time for a story."
In that case, Starlight just sits down on the floor and looks at Finn expectantly.
do you
Also,
want
the
to-
moat disappears from outside.
Okay, cool.
And then the car is back in the tree.
I don't know. Do you expect me to tell you entire thing here now?
Well, that was kind of why we're getting you, so we can hear your story. So you can tell it here, or you can tell it somewhere else.
Well, I meant, do you want me to wait till everybody can hear it, or do you want me to tell it twice?
Good point. All right, let's go.
He's literally just standing up. He has like his palms of his hands and his fingers like weaved in like so because he's still cuffed and he's not breaking the cuffs.
But then his arm would be on his back.
I don't know. Is he
No,
cuffed?
he was
cops are
actually.
Yeah, he was
remember
cuffed in
it-
front.
Yes, it was described he was cuffed in front.
Weird. Yeah,
Well,
yes,
they
yes,
know
yes.
the cops
It's-
are just for show.
And if he's cuffed in back, he would probably move his hands to the front, like over his legs or something, under his legs.
Just Robin the Boy Wonder your way through that shit.
Yeah.
He's double jointed, no doubt. So
All right, so you emerge from the paddy wagon, finding it hovering a couple of stories above street level,
What the hell?
hanging here as it does in the middle of the cool night air. You see positioned around you differently, like in different spaces in the landscape, your teammates.
Yeah, he was just
and mom.
and
Rob.
he's just like just before they went out of the paddy wagon tonight. You might consider creating some kind of smoke screen because, well, people still have their phones.
Good point. And so, yeah, I think I turn into gas again and like seep through the door and then just billow out all around the area that White Sparrow cleared, just to kind of like make a smoke screen.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I think when he envelops Diamond, you'll hear this. There will be this little bubble, just a gray panel, and there will be a bubble from within it of a sniff, sniff, and then a short speech bubble saying, "Dude, you need a bath."
Nice. So, and I think, like, I imagine when the gaseous smoke screen cloud, miasma, surrounds them, is White Sparrow's cue to like move the psychic construct so that they can get onto a rooftop or something. Like,
Yes, I
draw them
think
closer.
the tree kind of melts downwards and spreads out instead. So the car is placed back on the ground, and as it is, the light that was the tree, in full engulfs Vigil, and lifts him to her rooftop.
Sweet. So we find all of you like appearing on the roof of this like adjacent building, like just half a street away. And yeah, the smoke clears. And Vigil is with you, and so is Starlight.
Hi, Starlight.
Hi. What
I
took
didn't
you so
expect
long?
you here.
Like while they're like saying hi to each other, like he's probably just sitting sitting down on the like side of the building, just waiting for them to finish. Like
When Starlight asks, what took us so long, Diamond looks at her and shrugs one shoulder and says, "Sorry, but we had to have a discussion with someone about parenting methods."
Yeah, and I think in like this is the cue, right, for the moment that the smoke is cleared. Pala Pala sees like you guys emerging from the cloud. Pala like dives down, lands, and immediately like just walks directly to you, Finn, and just like gives you an like over the shoulders, just full contact hug, right? Just like embraces you.
Aw.
well, he still is cuffed, so he doesn't embrace back.
No, I get you.
He's like,
Is he
"Oh,
momentarily stunned by the gesture?
He's like,
no, he's still in this like. No, he's still in the. No, he's still in the. You actually get like the view because like currently so far you only when you've seen the interaction with his mom. So far it was like pretty stern, like drill sergeant kind of style. But he knows his mom. He knows who she is. That she's not like all the training all the time. And he's like, I suppose he would be like. He would be standing like very still, very stoic, like because he had time to think about stuff in the paddy wagon. So he just said like, well, hi, mom, good to see you.
Yeah, so there's like this little speech bubble like sailing out from you as she's just hugging you, and a moment passes where she's doing nothing but just like pouring a lot of pent up emotion into this hug, and then she steps back for just a second, like lets you go, looks at you, eyes wet though tears not running,
and he's ready.
yeah. And you expect her to like just lambast you, right? You expect the tongue lashing, but she doesn't. Instead, she like looks down, and she like just reaches down and fucking like the cuffs come off as though they were made of like brittle clay.
well, to them, it is. They are.
Yeah.
He's like stretching his hands. Well, that was unnecessary. What are you all doing here?
No, it was necessary. Until I know the truth, my son is not a criminal.
Well, so what you want to know? Then he's like rubbing his wrists. He doesn't need us like probably like a reflex reaction.
I think this might not be the best place. This place will be crawling with police soon enough.
Well,
Meanwhile, Starlight looks back at Diamond with a, why the hell did you get her?
I have a suggestion for where we can go.
Where?
And she tells them the location of their park forest thing that her sanctuary is.
Right. Yeah.
With the words, "I have a pocket dimension there."
I want to take you to a pocket dimension, a pocket dimension, a pocket dimension.
Again, Diamond looks back to Starlight when she asks that question and says, "Well,
I don't think it was a overt question.
It was.
It was."
I thought you said you just gave her a look like that.
She gave her a look and asks,
"Yeah.
Oh.
Why did you get her?"
Why did you get her? We got her, Diamond says, because, quite frankly, we weren't sure if we were going to need the help. And her standing there being imperious and giving us orders didn't sit particularly well with any of us. and then she does this. You can see this move where she sort of moves her lower jaw, like the thing you sometimes see if somebody has
I just got
gotten
hit.
Yeah, I just got punched really hard, so she does that and just sets her jaw back.
Yeah,
And then,
like you're very like you're drawn in caricature in this scene, right? Like
Yeah.
like visibly angry, and like not really doing. I guess you don't have angry marked, but like you're still pretty ticked.
I wouldn't mind if I had right now because she's
I don't
really
think-
in a foul mood.
I don't think Diamond ever needs angry marked to be angry.
No, but when she does have angry marks, she takes it to a new level.
Yeah,
But she does have anger management issues.
yeah. So I think like so basically what this represents is you being really ticked at the situation, but not being like in a general teenage funk, right? You're not like angry in the sense of this state of mind is my life right now. It's I don't like this particular person. All right, so you say like I want to suggest we go here, and Pala looks at you and says, "Wherever we have to go, let's do it immediately. The vigil will be looking for us."
This way then. And the sparrow flies off, figuring that Pella knows how to fly, so she can probably carry whoever needs to.
Yeah.
He's like,
I think offhand, Nightshade's like, follow me, I know where it's at.
Follow me, I'll lead the way.
And then everyone else who cannot fly follows Nightshade.
Yeah, I think so. Like Pala will take whomever has to. So Finn, you've not yet learned how to fly, right?
I don't even have this power in my suite.
No, so that's your mom can fly as an extension of a property of her armor, and maybe in the future so can you.
It's like, but I'm actually like on the fence with something.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if Finn would actually refuse to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we see. Like he's like everybody that like turns around and like starts running, flying, jumping, or whatever, like prepared to jump, and he literally just turns around, sweeps the like the part of the like brick like end of the roof, and he sits back down.
Yeah, you get like I'm not going thing.
The Diamond realizes that and turns around and looks at him with disgust on her face. And is this, oh, are we back to being childish again? Is that it?
It's in the family.
First, you run off and do something which, or may have done something, which I'm sure you had all the noble intentions of doing. But you didn't inform anyone else. You did so entirely on your own. You got yourself into trouble. We've gone to the trouble of getting you to safety because none of us know what the hell is going on. Now we are in trouble, and you sit down, you selfish little shit. Now get the fuck up and follow. And I'll use one of my holds.
I get the sense that you may want to provoke Finn.
Yes, and I would like to use one of my holds to do so.
All right. So I guess so. We asked the question, right? Is a provocation necessary here, Finn, or are these words like sufficient without the need for a roll?
No, he knows. He know like well. He thinks that the legal way is the way to go here. So
all right. Cool. So let's move into a provocation then, and you expend a hold to give you some advantage when protecting him, which is what you're doing.
Basically, she moves towards him and says, "Either you come voluntarily, or I will fucking carry you."
Sweet. All right. So roll plus your superior. I guess in this case, because you're like basically making a threat of it, you could try and provoke him with your you got a head you don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
Also,
that's what I'm doing.
Your rival. Does that add anything?
He's also my rival, yes, the enabler. which allows me to use plus danger. But that's only if it's into rash or poorly thought out action. And as far as she's concerned, he's already done the rash and poorly thought out action.
All right.
He is the rash and poorly thought out action.
But I will roll danger to see if I have to carry him or if he's going to come along voluntarily. But I use move, that gives me +1 extra, or it doesn't, or not move. I use holds, that gives me +1 more, doesn't it?
It does.
So it's plus.
Do you have
1
influence
extra.
over Vigil?
Yes, I do.
Then you have +1 more, so you're up to +2, and you roll with danger.
And I roll with danger. All right, so that's +5 in all. But that'll spend my influence, won't it?
Yes. No. It won't
No,
spend your
you
influence.
get +1 always
Okay.
without spending.
And I don't think you can. I think the maximum you can roll with is +4.
Okay, so. Well, in that case, I don't need to spend the hold. Because I have +4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have +4 with the influence and my danger being at 3. So
Yeah, you
okay.
can. You can never roll with more than +4.
Okay, then I won't spend the hold, obviously. But
Alright.
yeah, she will just roll with +4. Let's see if this works.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Let's all the way.
I think that works.
Okay.
All right. So here's.
Kapow.
Let's see what you actually rolled here. Yeah, that's a 14 there. That's a hell of a roll. Okay, so you have some options here.
Yeah.
You can give Finn the. You can choose both of the options of saying, if you do the thing I'm provoking you to do, we add a team, and if you don't do it, you mark a condition. So you basically get, because you rolled high, you get to choose both carrot and stick for this.
Yes, I'm choosing both carrot and stick, obviously.
All right.
Because why wouldn't you?
What is your what is Finn's reaction?
Well, so you're using the stick.
Both. Right.
I'm using both.
This
you
happens
can
on
both.
this happens on the player level. Basically, Diamond lays into you, provoking you to come with them. They succeed, which means that Joan is offering you. If Vigil does this, we add a team, and if Vigil doesn't do this, he marks a condition.
No, you won't. Yeah, I'll mark. Well, guilty.
That's fine. That was the one I would have suggested. So
Yeah, and Finn is just like looking at Diamond like straight in the eyes, like not afraid or anything, just looking like quite calmly. He looks sad, but it's like Diamond. I'm sorry for the previous situation. It got out of hand, but this, and I'm sorry for spurring you all into action.
your mother is
This-
going to be in trouble with the Vigil for this.
She's already in trouble.
Yes.
She's and that's why I would ask you all in advice to go.
Yeah.
It's this is right. This is as it should be.
Okay.
And I would
Listen to me very, very carefully here. Just for a moment, okay? Because I'm about to pick you up and carry you with me. Because right now, you're not thinking straight. So we're going to take you somewhere where you can tell us everything that happened. And I promise you, I give you my absolute word of honor. If you are in fact guilty, I'm going to wrap you, I'm going to gift wrap you and hand you over to the cops myself. Is that good enough?
Well, if
Nice
if
little
it-
red
it-
bow around your stomach too, if you want.
if it's going to calm you down and well set your mind straight, like sure, if that's what it takes.
Yes,
Sure.
it is. Let's go.
his eyes deeply and just like follows them after the thing. Just
Yes. Okay.
All right, good stuff. So, cut forward to in this park. I like Halcyon City is so enormously large, right? Like there are actual forest parks within the city limits.
I imagine that it's, you could find small European countries hidden in there.
Yeah. So, like basically, it's late at night. It's a star speckled, beautiful night sky. The scene is lit with the like the lamplight following the trails through this beautiful piece of nature. And yeah, we join you guys upon arriving there. And the scene is basically yours, right? Pala is there, and I will interject as much as I feel is appropriate. But this is like you guys and like Vigil sussing things out. So take it away. Paint me a scene and throw yourself into it as much as you want.
he
I
lands
think
on it.
I think we might want a description first of what it is we actually see and sit in.
Oh,
You said
yes,
something
that's
about
true.
multiple dimensions.
So are you? So that's the question. Do you invite the group into the sanctuary, or are you just like there, right? Like you're in the area.
Yeah, so I think we arrive at the real world grove in the forest park area, and whenever everyone has arrived, Sparrow does a nod, closes her eyes, and spreads her arms. And as described before, the scenery changes. It's still the same place. Everything looks the same, but it's now caught in a sort of perpetual summer sunset. It's kind of the idealized version of this place, and everything feels kind of fuzzy and yeah, like you're sitting having a long discussion or deep conversation long into the night on a warm summer's eve.
So there is a brief unsettling sensation of the sun coming back up, and then everything is nice.
Yes. Okay. This place is, well, it's not actually shielded from the rest of the world, but it's hidden.
It's extraordinary, is what it is.
I think Nightshade goes over and sits on his little favorite stump in the area.
This is my stump.
Looks to Vigil and says, "All right, well, let's hear the story."
I think little sprouts of leaves have sprouted on the stump.
Oh,
I don't know. Where do you want me to start?
How about after you and I met?
Yes. I will start by saying that. Well, this whole. I'm grateful, first of all, but like for your for thought of an action of springing me out, as unnecessary as it might have been, but it's, I don't know what you want me to say. It's well, I did it.
What exactly did you do? Who did you even take?
Did the news reel not mention who?
Well, I want to hear it from you. Your side of the story.
Well, kidnap is a strong word, but I suppose fitting. Yeah, I kidnapped. And he's like putting like some like odd accentuation on this word. Mark, our old friend.
Why?
If we can call ourselves that yet.
Starla
when
looks like she just fell from the sky because she didn't know.
Yeah, I think Nightshade like sighs and puts his head in his hand.
It's well, after my little chat with Deputy Mayor and during the gala, I felt like, well, and after our disagreement, I felt like I needed to talk to somebody else, and and also I thought we were long overdue for a visit
We are.
to our friend. And well, when I arrived at his house,
Yeah.
I found him. He was at home, but the things were not right, as you may say it. He, as far as I can tell, I don't know the diagnosis. Mark, well, there's no nice way of saying it. He attempted suicide.
Shit.
So you took him to a hospital.
He ingested all from what I could glance over, all that he had on his cabinet, and I found him probably in some kind of catatonic state. He was still, as far as I could say, he was still conscious. So I did the only thing that I could think of at the moment. I picked him up, I busted all the doors, and I ran. I seem to be excelling at this part, so why not use it here? Yeah, and I ran to the closest hospital I could find, the closest infirmary, and the rest. I gave him to the care of the doctors. Well, and then when I was waiting to hear a word back, what happened? Well, you can imagine what happened next. There was
Who on earth calls that a kidnapping?
The deputy mayor.
well, in her defense, I suppose, only thing she had to go on is, well, call from the hospital and couple busted doors. As a worried mother who is fairly mistrustful of superheroes, considering the past, I can say I can blame her. And what I wanted to is go. Well, the only thing I could think at the moment was to cooperate. Was not to not to escalate the situation in any way, because the only thing that mattered to me at the time is that Mark was safe, and the other the other circumstance was just a dressing on the window is not. It was not relevant. I to be honest, I clearly would take the I suppose, quote unquote, punishment for what I did if I only knew that he was safe and alive. Because I know I did the right thing. It doesn't matter if I get jailed, punished, I suppose. As you know, it's as long as he is alive, it doesn't matter really. I did my job.
I think Nightshade stands up from the stump and walks over to Vigil, and puts a hand on his shoulder. It says, "You didn't kidnap him, you saved his life. We defend others, we're the defenders. You shouldn't be going to prison for this."
Well, I suppose the trial is usually first. but thank you for those words. But as you can see, and he looks at Diamond for this bit. That's why I didn't want to go with you, because every act like this is just going to make the situation look worse.
There is nothing whatsoever to be gained by you going into a rigged trial where Madam Deputy Mayor is going to bring every single gun she has to bear against the entire super community to bear on you, making you the poster child for what she wants to do to every last one of us. She's going to rile up the entire city.
She's going to make you...
She's going to make you the scapegoat for all of us. And when you then go to jail, whether you have done anything reprehensible or not, and you really haven't, because Nightshade is right, you saved his life. That should not be a criminal offense. You defended him. That's what we do. But when you are sent to jail despite this simple fact, not only will she have managed to turn potentially millions more people against the rest of us who are still walking out on the street and trying to help each other and helping them for that matter, but she will also have managed to plant doubt in the minds of just as many on whether we can be trusted or not. The very worst thing you can do right now is give her that trial.
Vigil, we're not going to let you make yourself a martyr.
I'm not intending to make myself a martyr. What I would first... I suppose you can, at this time, you can see that this is the right thing to do. This is this rash action. But I'm personally sure that Deputy... With all due respect, Deputy Mayor is not a I forgot the name of the journalist.
Susan Ramirez.
Yeah, yes. She's not Susan Ramirez. She's not politicking without reason against us.
How long do you think?
You start into this. I don't. I want to into it. So at this point, Palla walks through your teammates and approaches you. Your mom comes up, walks towards you in a slow but deliberate manner. Walks up to you, stands in front of you. Open palm slaps you in the face.
Yeah, he's just taking it.
And looks at you and says, "I don't give a shit about Diane fucking Nielsen. I have put my pride as a mother on the line to teach you that sometimes it is right to break the rules. That you have been given a gift to help people, despite the rules, despite tradition, despite the law, because someone needs to fight for those who can't defend themselves."
And that's where Nightshade looks at him and says, "We are the defenders."
He thinks for a second, but he then looks at his mom and looks her in the eyes and I appreciate all those teachings, but you have to understand, you misreading the situation. Like, her spouting spurring all that force, all that police force at me was not a reaction of hate against hate against the superheroes. It was not driven by this. It was a reaction of a scared mother worrying for the safety for the safety of her child.
And what
Trying
her worry is more important than mine? Am I not allowed to care?
You are allowed, but your son is not just not attempt like you were not just informed that your son were at almost died.
White Sparrow?
That you almost lost your child.
She's going to if you go through with this.
White Sparrow,
I'm.
can you
I'm,
make me some red gift wrapping tape, please? I promised him that if he kept this up and he absolutely wanted to be handed over to the cops, I'd gift wrap him and hand him over myself. And I don't. If he insists on being this obtuse.
I'm not being obtuse. I'm trying to see the reason from both sides.
You're not.
And I'm trying to see the reason of. I try to believe that there is good in people. I'm trying to give Diane the benefit of the doubt that she is not a bad, vicious, and spiteful person.
You didn't hear
that
what she said.
I am giving her just the benefit of being a hurt mother, whose child was badly damaged.
Yes, and she's taking it out on all of us. Did you? I'm not trying to provoke you here. She said, and she says this. I'm not trying to provoke you here, but when we were at the art gallery, were you close enough to hear what she said to me?
Well, yeah, we are standing next to each other.
Good. Please do remember what she had to say about superheroes, or at least teenage superheroes in general, at that occasion. She doesn't look at superheroes, she doesn't look at us in general as being a boon or a benefit to anyone. She sees us as being a menace and the danger. She is probably, as you said, a decent person underneath all that, but her irrational hatred of us is blinding her to the facts, and it's making her take actions that will hurt innocent people. And you are giving her the ammunition to do so. Yeah, sure, tomorrow she will be on TV saying that you broke free. Fine. But if you let her have a show trial where she will bring Ramirez in and every single expert that money can buy that will testify that you are the most dangerous creature under the sun. If you want to give her that, you may feel that you have done the right thing in standing there and taking it. I don't know why you absolutely want to have this martyrdom, but that's your thing. However, she will use that afterwards against all the rest of us, not just in the Defenders, but your mother, the rest of the Vigil, every other team out there. We will no longer be seen as, we will not be seen as, for lack of a better word, the defenders of Halcyon City. We will all, just like the villains we're trying to stop, millions of people who will be following this on TV will see us as the enemy.
What is this about a museum?
It's a story for a moment. In a moment. Timon, I see what you're trying to say. I see where you're coming from. But think about it.
I am.
You busting me out. It's for her. She does, like, if you say she will act like you say. Me being busted out will just give her and probably more seriously, Susan.
They won't have
They
your
will
own
get
words.
it will just give them fuel. Like you have
They will get fuel either way. But what
yes,
the
but
difference is, if you are not on the witness stand under oath, they will not have your own words to twist against you.
and they will just have our action to twist.
Yes, but you are not the one who broke free. We are the ones who broke you free.
So you just basically
Look, I'm
you
already on the run. I'm perfectly willing to take the blame for this as well.
but there's
I'm willing to take the fall for you if I have to. Don't you understand?
why
We're
did-
a team. I might not personally like you very much, but we're a team.
That's why I didn't want you to get involved. I hoped when I was sitting in that when I was being taken when I hoped like when I was sitting in the paddy wagon, the one thing I hoped for was that you will wait, that you will not make it worse. And as far as I can see it now, what we have on our hands is me being a fugitive, you assaulting the officers of the law, and tomorrow's tomorrow headlines will be it's not just collateral right now. It will be superheroes spitting in the face of justice
Yes.
and law and
Do you want to hear something
Boy?
funny? You want to hear something funny? Really, really, honestly, genuinely funny. About an hour and a half ago, before we got this whole mad caper underway, I was the one standing in front of all of these people, all the rest of them, and arguing exactly what you are arguing now. I was trying that exact line of reasoning with the others. And they convinced me that I was wrong. Because you know what? However difficult it is for anyone to admit, I can be wrong. And you're wrong right now.
Provoke.
Sure.
I'm back.
I shall give it a roll.
I bet. I need popcorn.
Sweet.
But this
Welcome
is a
back.
plus. This is a plus superior roll for definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm rolling well today.
What are you trying to provoke him into? I think like I feel like it's obvious, but just to make it clear, like
I
also
want him to understand. What I'm trying to provoke him into is giving up his position that he has to go back, to face what Diamond at this point is completely convinced will be a public show trial where he will be hung out to dry.
Yeah, like don't go back to the circus. Okay. Cool. So you can both offer team and offer to inflict the condition, or rather, you may do both.
Yes, and I'm offering both again.
All right.
What the hell?
What's your call there, Vigil?
I'm just considering the arguments. I'm not sure. God, that's a hard decision. I think. I think he's not hearing the arguments.
All right.
I
Mark a
think. I
condition.
think he'll mark
Insecure,
hope.
maybe? Hopeless?
Hopeless.
Oh dear, oh dear.
And he's like, oh, he's just like rubbing his forehead, hiding his, like folding his hands at the bridge of his nose, and like, yes, we are the defenders, and us showing this trial may be as rigged as it may be. It's at this time my priority is to defend you all from even if it has to be from the repercussions of your actions. I cannot involve you all, as for now the rhetoric is just against me, and if I don't believe that there is that this will, like, the justice will come for the in the end I suppose a heroic deed. It's why do I fight then? Like, why, like, I'm fighting to defend people. I'm fighting for justice. It's
You little shit.
Truth, honor, and the American way.
Doing the right thing is not about being recognized for it.
yes.
You are not fighting. I should hope, at least, you are not fighting for people to recognize you for your actions, but to help your friend and your team.
Yes.
You do what you must. You disappoint me.
Then that's how it shall be. Then
Shall I
sorry
hand
to-
you back over as we agreed on?
I can find my own way. Thank you.
I think it might be a good idea if one of the rest of us are actually seen bringing you in, seeing as we were the ones breaking you out.
Never mind him.
I can do it if you want.
Never mind him. Let him do whatever he wants. It seems that you guys, it now falls to you to pick up where this loser failed.
Cool.
It seems to me you still have a friend who needs help. And if someone won't do it, then I will look to someone better too.
I don't know the boy, but I should certainly hope that we can help him. I definitely want to.
So,
But seeing as I don't know him, I still think it would be a good idea if I took you back and sort of got seen, handing you over or something in that case.
Yeah.
And then I shall, leave. Even if they open fire on me, it's not as if it's going to do anything.
all right. So this is basically as we are coming up on the break, right? Like your mom is gonna walk out of the situation, essentially disgusted with you. But this, I feel like this last thing they're doing here, though I like thinking about it, this is definitely invoking influence over you.
Mm-hmm.
This is telling you who you are and how the world works. And so was the thing before. I just didn't think of it because I wasn't thinking in moves.
Mm-hmm.
So they're taking influence over you.
So what you want to shift?
Do you want to accept their influence?
Well, depends what you want to shift.
So, yeah. They,
Or,
No, you just, like, you tell me if you, it seems like here you tell me if you accept their influence or if you reject it.
But they.
yeah,
They are Pala.
Okay.
yeah, but like, yeah, but what are you trying to do with your influence? Do you trying to shift my labels? Do you trying to?
I don't know that I'm obliged to tell you before you tell me if you reject it or not.
I think you are, but I'm not sure too.
But let's find out anyway.
Yeah. Influence. When someone influence over you, if you accept what they say to you. Huh.
It does say adjust your labels accordingly. According to what? I mean, that's the word that springs up to me and says, well,
That's a good call. Let's until we know any better. Let's assume that you that I will tell you before you make the call. So your mom is absolutely trying to kick your savior down.
She can't. It's locked.
Yeah, so she's trying to kick your savior down, and she's trying to kick your superior up.
I don't know. I don't know if she can knock my savior down because it's locked already.
She can't. Like, it's locked.
She
but
can?
The question is, do you accept her influence or do you reject it?
No, I reject it. I know what I did, and I did good.
All right. So roll to reject, and you have +2.
Yeah,
because
+2. Yeah.
And then we'll take a break once we see how this plays out.
It's partial. It would be a fail if not partial that +2. So it's the reject on the 8 is.
So you can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift your labels your own choice, or you can cancel her influence and take +1 forward over you. Over her.
Wow, way to liberate yourself from your mom.
Yeah, I'll cancel and take influence.
All right, so you cancel.
No, I will take. It is just +1 against them.
So
okay.
you have...
No, you know what? And so just let me look at my levels quickly. I will actually. I cannot even shift my own savior up. I will actually shift superior down and mundane up, I suppose.
All right.
Can
Right.
it?
And
Can it be? No, can it be lower than -2?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
No, -2 is the lowest.
All right, -2 is lowest. So no, you cannot.
Okay, so I cannot go lower. So I'll shift freak down and mundane up.
It is a very mundane thing to be taken by the police, yes.
All right. So
yeah, but he doesn't think of himself anymore as a as that. He's trying to defend the point that I'm not a freak. I am trying to suppose not mundane up. I'll go superior up. But he's trying to. He's basically trying to show that
moral superiority.
That even like the law even applies to me. Like, he's moral. He's think that his stance is superior here just because he's choosing to defend his stance in the official way, not as villains do.
Yeah, I get
his
you.
mind.
There's no doubt what your character's doing here, right?
Yeah.
In the on the civil war-o-meter, you're joining Stark, right? Like, you're being like, no, the law must apply. So yeah, I get you. This is really cool. So let's put a pin in this, and we'll come back after the break, and we'll see how this plays out. But this is basically where your mom leaves the scene, right there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Can I add one final thing?
Yeah, I'll take a final thing. Go on.
I think the where Pella, was before she left. I guess she just kind of fades out of this place.
Yeah, I don't know that. Does she know how to leave?
No,
Is there a
Sparrow
door?
lets her leave. Sparrow lets her leave.
Sweet.
So she
Oh,
just kind of
yeah.
fades away. But
Yeah.
where she was before and where Vigil is right now is noticeably darker than the rest of the place. Or well, where also I guess Diamond.
Yeah, one more thing before his mom left, he just after she says all her piece, he's just turning towards her, or probably towards her back now, but within like so she can still hear him. It's like, and he looks at her and it's like, I'm sorry I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I think that's what Dad would do.
Oh god, yeah. That's actually such a good line. So in that case, I have to end on like a worried close up of your mom as she fades out of the scene. And then let's go to a break, and we'll pick up after that. All right. So we'll be right back with more Defenders. Halcyon City Defenders is what it's called. Yeah. So stick around.